Another video that I thought would be fun to post for our back to school video series is a demo that I've done several times with a lot of different grade levels, and it's on absorbency. So I always want to teach vocabulary, right? So the definition that we use for absorb is to take in, right? So if something absorbs, your students probably are familiar with this idea, right? Absorption is taking in a substance by physical processes or even by chemical processes if we're talking about absorbing energy, or if we're absorbing water, for instance, that would be a physical process. And that's a function of how the molecule is made, how the substance is put together. And so if you ask your students, what does absorb mean? Or what are some things that are absorbent? You might get a lot of different things listed, right? Sponges, washcloths, paper towels, right? All of these are things that I actually have available. And what I do is I have the students take the sample and submerge it in water and then completely squeeze it out into a bucket, or actually a small graduated cylinder or a small cup works better because these aren't going to absorb a whole lot. And then do it for each one of them so they can compare the absorbency, and you can grab as many items as you want, right? These are just things that I have laying around the lab right now. And so we have our reference, right? And then we're going to talk about a special substance that is very absorbent, and it's a polymer. So here's another vocab word that you can introduce here. A polymer is a series made of repeating units. Okay, so if you think of a polymer like a necklace, these repeating units are called monomers, and when they all come together, they form a polymer. And so this polymer that we're going to be looking at today is a special polymer. It's sodium polyacrylate. So there's the actual chemical formula for the monomer if you're interested, right? So we're not really going to get into this in the elementary school classroom, but this is what the polymer that we're working with looks like. And I can help you get some of this. You can purchase it online, or you know what else you can do? You can take a diaper and cut it open, because that's one of the components in diapers. And so this is a neat substance because it'll absorb lots and lots and lots and lots of water. So when I do this demo with my students, I add water and look at how much it's growing. And so I add, more water, and it's growing again. And then I add more water, right? And it just keeps absorbing. It keeps absorbing, and it'll absorb, I think it's like 300 times its weight, right? So I can keep adding and adding and adding and adding and adding. And when you touch it, it feels dry. It's not wet at all. And so your kind of like wow factor experiment could even be taking a diaper, right? Having your students, that gets you, ew, gross. But then you talk to your students and you say, well, why do you want a diaper to be very absorbent? Well, you want the pee-pee to stay off baby's skin, right? And so if you've got something extremely absorbent, it keeps that moisture, excuse me, from getting on the baby's skin, causing diaper rashes and all that kind of stuff. So you can actually do this with a diaper too. You can take a diaper, determine its mass, and then just keep adding it. And those of you who are around kiddos a lot, you know that there is a maximum that these will absorb, and then the diaper pretty much explodes. If you've ever had that happen to you at your house, I know it's happened at mine. It's not pleasant, right? So you can actually demonstrate this using a diaper without even buying any of this polymer. But I'd be happy to share some with you or help you come across some of your own. So this is a neat demonstration. It's a very important chemical concept, and it's got a nice, fun, real-life factor that I hope your students will enjoy.